Well, welcome everybody. Welcome to the Emirates Arena here in Glasgow for this FIBA World Cup Qualifiers European Division Group H between our host Great Britain and the visitors Israel. Well, ladies and gentlemen, let me tell you something. Only just a few days ago did this game have a little bit of relevance to it. Great Britain were winless here in Group H, but then they took on Estonia here and just gave themselves a fighting chance. Estonia today lost to Greece heavily, which means a result here depends on Estonia's existence. Now, first of all, if Great Britain lose, Estonia and Israel will go through. However, if Great Britain win, Estonia will not go through. They'll go through with Israel. But if Great Britain can win by 22 points or more, then Israel will be out and Estonia and Great Britain will go through. So, the Estonian fans watching this game will hope that GB can have one heck of a game and play Israel off the court. Israel are a good team. They'll be fighting for their existence as well. You know, they'll want to come here and break the hearts of the British basketball players. You can see some traveling fans making the journey up here to Scotland, coming in fine fashion as well. So this game has a lot on the line. Israel can lose the game and still go through, but if they lose by 23 or more, they are done. They will be out. So best case scenario, them just come here and break the hearts. Well, Israel a few days ago took on Greece and literally went there and it was another one-sided match. Now Greece have gone through this whole group undefeated. They've been absolutely magnificent, led by Ioannis Borousias. The last time these two teams met was in Tel Aviv in the last window, in which the Israelis won by 6 points. That was a crucial win for them, as it just set a little bit of daylight between them and the Brits. Well, Cohen, Guy Panini, and not to mention Hal will be leading the way for the points. These two are averaging 13 and 12 points a game. Hal's just chipping in 5 rebounds, while Cohen's also chipping in 5. And Mikel leading all assists, along with young Tamir Blatt with 3 assists per game. Well, Great Britain started the game off, it was almost a game of 2 halves. As the coach put it, in the first half, they were a little bit nervous. Now, welcome back, right there, ladies and gentlemen, to Ryan Richards. He's been away from the Great Britain program, drafted by the San Antonio Spurs back in 2010. He has just made it back, and possibly the man who's been carrying Great Britain on his back for the last few years, Danny Clark. What a game he had against Estonia as he led them to victory, their first victory here in the group stages. Well, Kieran Archara, now this will be his 101st cap, and he made his 100th cap against Estonia here in his homeland. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we just get set to stand for the national anthems of these two nations. The Ha Tikva of Israel will be played first. Ha Tikva, translated to the hope. And now we stand for the British national anthem. God Save the Queen, the national anthem of Great Britain. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we're literally a few minutes away from tip-off. These two teams ready to go. We'll exchange gifts, pay homage, give each other the accolades. But as soon as that ball's up, these two are going to be fighting for a victory. Great Britain must win tonight. No other option. And as we said, as the results in the other game, Estonia will. We'll just introduce our officials so far. Our officials are Marius Siolen, Alexander Milojevic, and Andre Sharapa. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we're very proud to say that we have some of the finest officials here in world basketball. They've done an excellent job in all of our competitions, and they'll continue to do so here tonight at the FIBA World Cup qualifiers. We are 3.5 minutes away from tip-off. Well, as we mentioned, this game has a lot of relevance tonight because there could be a few outcomes. The one outcome Great Britain need is that they must win. They've only picked up one win here in the group. They did it here a few days ago against Estonia, just gave themselves a fighting chance. Israel can lose this game. They can't afford. However, if Israel lose by more than 22 points, they will be out. So Estonia will be hoping that GB come out with a blowout victory. While the GB players, they just need to win. Well, the young player to look out for tonight is the young point guard, Tamir Blatt, just coming off the season with Hapoel Holon. The experienced player of Guy Panini, outside shooting veteran player, 34 years of age. And not to mention the big fella in the middle, Richard Howe Jr. This guy in his prime right now, very explosive, dominant post player. Well, the Israelis, as they go with their starting lineup, it's going to be Gal McKells leading their assists right now with 5 assists a game. He'll be partnered in the backcourt with the young Tamir Blatt. The Guy Panini will play the small forward role. Jake Cohen and Richard Howe Jr., they'll be the two towers inside. And they're going to have to give GB a big test tonight. Well, it's exciting to see Ryan Richards back in the lineup, 7 years away from the program. The journeyman in his professional career. And a lot of British basketball fans will be anticipating his return. Well, so far the big performers on last game, of course, the man who's been carrying Great Britain on his back is Mr. Danny Clark. Danny Clark put in a very inspiring performance. Not to mention Tariq Phillip, the young guard just coming out of Brooklyn, also having his best game. Well, Justin Robertson, another player who was a regular feature for Great Britain prior to the 2012 Olympics, he came in and gave a very inspiring performance. Well, GB, as they go, Saluade, Teddy Okafor, and Gareth Murray now retains his position as a small forward, while Gabe Olaseni, who had 23 points against Estonia, he partners inside with Danny Clark. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we thank you for joining us. This is Group H. We're here at the Emirates Arena in Glasgow. It is the FIBA World Cup qualifiers. Do not go anywhere. We're set for tip. Well, if you're a neutral fan tonight, you're going to absolutely love this because, as we said, David Adair Katash, he has a lot to think about. Now, remember, as neutral fans, Israel can afford to lose this game. However, if they lose by more than 22, they will go out, and Estonia and GB will go through. All Great Britain has to do tonight is win, and they will go through. If Great Britain lose, it will be Israel and Estonia that go through. So the Estonian fans watching this game are going to be hoping that GB can run away with a blowout victory. The likelihood, who knows? We'll tell in the early stages of this one. Well, he's going to be thinking in the last game, Alberto Lorenzo said afterwards it was a game of two halves. They started in the first half very nervy, very sluggish, but then they just came alive in the second half. He doesn't care how they do it. He's just going to hope that they win the game. Teddy Okafor just signing a new deal with Holagos in the Greek Basketball League. Hopefully he can use that as motivation to put in another excellent performance. The boy from East London. And the official has the ball. Both teams are set. We're ready. And the jump ball. Here we go. Ball is up, and the Israelis get the first possession. Guy Panini on the ball. Down low, early pass. Slow defense by the Brits. And he just puts it away. David Cohen probably won't get an easier basket than that in the game. Solowati now gives it up to Danny Clark. Clark goes down low. Teddy Okafor backs down against Tamir Blatt. Dishes it off to Solowati. Oh, they turn it over. Sloppy pay. And now Guy Panini on the break just pulls it out. Meckel comes off the screen. Looking for Howell. They steal the ball. And Okafor is just going to try and get him into a half court now. Solowati doesn't use the screen. Looks for Olaseni, gives it up. Olaseni, soft pass, turns it over. Well, you got to be stronger in the paint than that. Blatt comes off the screen, down low to Junior. Tamir Blatt now, good vision, can pass it. Panini, 10 on the shot clock. Gives it to Blatt, goes back door. And there's a foul. And the foul is on Teddy Okafor just to push in the back to Tamir Blatt. Now Tamir Blatt, how well he's progressed this season, so quick, but it's the movement and the understanding as well as the top vision. We saw that a lot in the Basketball Champions League this year. In the lane, Meckel catches it, goes up against Solowati, fades away, the shot, in and out, doesn't get it. And Olaseni this time grabs a rebound. Teddy transition, throws up, Danny Clark tips it in. What a nice little 1-2 punch. We saw that in the last game. Teddy Okafor able to spot Danny Clark in the paint, who just goes in and catches the lob. Cohen now goes screen with Powell. Steps back, shoots a three. Tamir Blatt, nothing but net from downtown. Well, you got to get out and put a hand up to him because the young fella, he can shoot it. Teddy gives it up to Solowati, down to Danny Clark. Clark's going to back down against Cohen now. Cohen with the reach. Clark fades away, jump shot, it's up. Danny Clark, clutch city. Well, been the best player so far. Now you can see why. Meckel gives it up to David Cohen. Cohen now looks to give it back to Meckel. Off another screen. Backdoor play. Guy Panini. Well, in the last game, it happened a few times where you saw Gareth Murray just fell asleep on the defense. And this time, it's Guy Panini who goes backdoor and easily lays it off the backboard. Olaseni. Teddy steps back for three. Teddy Okafor. Olaseni gets a rebound back to Teddy, and he turns it over. Well, Israel will get the possession back. Cohen now guarded by Danny Clark. He's going to put the ball on the floor as they get the switch on defense. Back to Blatt. Blatt goes off another screen, looks for Howe. Danny Clark with the steal, good hands, and now they can break. Big man down the middle, back to Murray, back to Clark. Olaseni, transition, gets blocked by David Cohen, and now Israel can break. Meckel fakes the pass, and he's fouled. And if that's on Teddy Okafor, it's his second personal, but it looks like it's on Solowati. You can see fast transition here from Israel. Meckel up the court. It was a reach in from Solowati, so it's not a bad foul because you see in the last game, Estonia just so many times were gifted with too many free uncontested layups. At this level, you just can't give that up. Guy Panini in the lane, kicks it out. Cohen tries a three. Three is up, doesn't get it. And now Teddy Okafor hugs the sideline. He's pick and roll with Solowati. Comes off another screen. Kicks out. Olaseni back to Clark. Clark's got to shoot the fadeaway three. Doesn't get it. They get an offensive rebound. And we get a fresh 14. Teddy pulls up wide open down to Olaseni. Goes up. Olaseni puts it away right in the face of Guy Panini. Right now, GB just using the physical and athletic presence just to force the issue inside. Israel now go back to the pick and roll. Meckel in the lane, kicks out. Panini fakes in the lane, he'll kick out. Another take, another foul. And this time it's on Solowati. Now he picks up his second personal. So now Teddy Okafor and Solowati have two personal fouls. You can just see Israel do such a good job at penetrating into the zone and making the defense collapse. Third team foul now for Great Britain. Well, the officials have signaled that it's a shooting foul, so Meckel's going to go to the free throw line for 2 shots. Oh, it's actually not a shooting foul, so they get a sideline. Meckel now, another penetration all the way, floats it up, beautiful. Nicely tucked away off the glass. Wow, he's so explosive. You got to get down a little bit lower just to stop him making that penetration. Solowadi gives it back to Teddy. Teddy comes off the screen. Well, Teddy almost loses his dribble. Wow. Al went for the ball. Bit of a mix-up, but it's going to be Israel's ball sideline. Good defensive switch there by Howe. Just made himself very physical as he came off and bumped the screener. That's one way to defend the pick and roll. Well, now Israel, all momentum. Meckel in the lane, spins around, fades away, airballs it. Howe with the offensive board, he goes up, he's fouled. And right now, Israel just wanted a little bit more. Well, that's Olaseni's first personal foul. Well, here's the transition. There's the block. Well, what a block it was by Cohen just to get him off the backboard. I mean, Olaseni, he's an athletic player. Richard Howe missed the first free throw. He's been rather consistent so far in these qualifiers. He's done his job very basic in the lane. Get a lot of rebounds, do a lot of the dirty work, but he's fitting in well. Not the foundation big man. Nonetheless, a very, very hard worker. As he makes a second free throw, Israel lead this one 10-6. Clark tries his luck from no man's land. Danny Clark tips it in and around. Well, appears to come off of Olaseni, and Israel will get the ball back. It's not a bad look from Danny Clark, but they just need him to drop the shots. Well, Eric Boateng didn't feature in the last game, has just checked into the game along with Tariq Phillip. Tamir Black goes pick and roll. Whoa, wide open dunk. And again, where's the help side defense? It's too easy right now. And we saw that in the last game, pick and roll from Israel, but there's nobody there to help out. I mean, it's a free lunch. Tariq Phillip now put under pressure by Tamir Blatt. Teddy, behind the back, steps back. Phillip, he'll try his luck for the three and gets the three-pointer to drop. Well, GB, you can see, just trying to get off a good shot at the moment. Another pick and roll here. Meckel gives it up to Cohen to get the handoff. Guy Panini, quick release, doesn't get it. Now Guy Panini can't give him any time or space. Seen over his career, one of the best in Europe at getting off a quick release and a good shooter. Phillip on the ball, gets a screen from Boateng. Teddy tries from the perimeter, in and out. Boateng gets a rebound, kicks it out. Well, that stage should just go back up with it. Phillip makes a contact, goes up, and Tariq Phillip is going to go to the free throw line for 2 shots. The foul's on Tamir Blatt. Well, there's a contact, strong move. Well, Tariq Phillip started his GB career in the first window. Was just trying to adjust to life over here with the European game just coming out of college, but had a very good game recently against Estonia, probably his best performance, well, as he's just coming out of the University of West Virginia. And just had a season at Solnoki Ole as well. But just adjusting to life, very promising young guard as he makes it 2 for 2 and he moves to 5 points. Phillip now all over Meckel. Gets a handoff flat. Had time and space, comes off a screen. kicks out. Cohen thought about the three. Well, Cohen with the speed goes up. Doesn't get it. Well, he wants a foul, but the official's not giving it to him. Teddy, transition to Danny Clark. Well, an offensive foul, you can see. Well, tempers need to calm down there. Now, what Tariq Phillip did was he was trying to post up Tamir Blatt, but he had his elbow right in Blatt's face, so it's a good call from the official. You can see Teddy's got the ball. I can't see from that angle, but Tariq Phillip just needs to keep it under composure. Good defensive play by Tamir Blatt. Well, David Cohen now. Israel earned the penalty. He'll go to the free throw line for 2 shots. After drawing the foul on Eric Boateng. Well, he makes the first free throw shot. He's definitely a very tough player to have around, a guy that can move the ball as well as move up and down the court quite quickly as well. Makes it 2 for 2. Quite a handful for Danny Clark at times. He likes to put the ball on the floor. Well, coming into the game is Justin Robinson as he gives Teddy Okafor a break. The MVP of the British Basketball League with the London Lions. Product of the Brixton Top Cats Academy. While Tamir Blatt just goes to the bench, takes a little break as well. Clark backs down against Levi. Spins around, makes the contact. Danny Clark goes all the way. Strong move by Danny Clark. Well, put in a few shakes, a few pump fakes, stepped around, and just put up a floater. He's now 3 for 5 from the field. Down low, JR got it, Meckel. Well, Meckel, it's got to be a travel. Well, trying to say that Justin Robinson grabbed him. We'll have to see the replay. Now, here's the post up. Well, there you can see just JR puts his right hand on Meckel's hip. And it's just a slight tug. Good call from the official. So Meckel's now going to go to the free throw line for 2 shots. Gal Meckel now the captain of this national team, 30 years old. Played for a variety of clubs throughout Europe. He was also a member of the New Orleans Pelicans briefly and the Dallas Mavericks. Makes it the second free throw. JR gives it up. Phillip tries another 3, puts it up, doesn't get it. Well, no rebounders, and now the Israelis can break. Meckel in transition, down the middle, spins out, strong move. Well, Ryan Richards is in the game now. Just gives him a bit more of a presence in the low block. Well, this is going to be interesting to see now with Ryan Richards can play in that low post area, which means Danny Clark can play 15 feet to the three-point line. Now they have a bit more of a twin tower duo out there. Screen on the ball now. Richards with 5 on the shot clock. Clark's going to get something going. Fades away, way out of bounds. Hits the rim. And the Israelis come up with a rebound. Now they can break. Meckel, transition. Gets it up the court to Panini. Cohen now backs down into mismatch against JR. It's got to be a travel. Good call from the official. Well, that's the thing about Justin Robinson. Tough as you like. He doesn't care how big you are. And there you can see that smart veteran defense there. Well, Meckel now goes to the bench. Definitely been the best player in the game so far. Just exploiting the British defense. Getting into the lane as much as possible. Down low to Ryan Richards now. Against Cohen. Backs down, draws a foul. Ryan Richards, remember, was drafted by the San Antonio Spurs in 2010 as a youngster. Still has passions and dreams going back to the NBA. And Cohen's got to come out of the game, just take a little breather here at the end of near the end of the first quarter. Now JR looking for Richards. Throws it down low to Richards. Tries the jump shot's up, way up. Big rebound by Tarek Phillip. Goes straight up, doesn't get it. And now the Israelis can break. Well, Ben Shamal just gonna slow things down now. In the lane, Shamal gives out to Menko. Catch and shoot for three, in and out. Doesn't get it. Murray comes behind and stop Howell getting the rebound. Robinson goes off a screen with Richards. Steps back, shoots the shot. Doesn't get it. Well, it was a good look, but he got to finish. Now Ben Shamal's just going to slow things down for the Israelis. Shamal coming off the screen. Takes in the lane, dishes it off, too easy. Where's the help side? Well, just gets it to drop. You can see the pick and roll is really exploiting GB. And the Israelis coming off, it's the roll. Not sure whether the switch or double. And Ryan Richards now already causing problems as he draws the fourth team foul. This time it's on Richard Howell Jr. It's going to be GB ball baseline. Well, Will Saunders now just checks into the game as he gives Gareth Murray a little breather. Murray hasn't been able to get a few good looks on the perimeter as he would have liked to. And now JR going to go pick and roll. Down low to Richards. Richards fades away. Well, airballs it. And the shot's up at the end. At the end of the first quarter, it is the Israelis who lead this one 18-13. GB getting off to a bit of a slowish start. The Israelis just comfortably getting the ball up the court, getting a few good looks, but possibly not as finishing as much as they would have liked to. And so far, it's Danny Clark leading the scoring for Great Britain. He's got 2 rebounds and 6 points, where Tariq Phillip came in with a deep three-pointer. Well, as you can see so far, Israel 5 for 8 from the field, while GB only 4 for 11. Both teams only hit a triple apiece, but Israel getting to the free throw line way more than Great Britain. That's a big stat itself, but that's down to the fact you got Meckel making penetration after penetration and making the GB defense collapse, which is causing all sorts of problems. Well, you can hear what Coach Lorenzo's saying. Look, we're not going to win this game down the offensive end. We got to play defense as well. Now they're going with Olaseni and Ryan Richards down low, so giving Danny Clark a bit of a breather right now. Well, Great Britain will start the ball here at the beginning of the second quarter. JR now gives up to Will Saunders. Saunders down low to Olaseni. JR, well, looking for the roll. You can see Olaseni didn't roll to the basket. Richards tries a three, doesn't get it. Phillip keeps it alive, gets double teamed. Well, it looks like there's a 5-second violation on the ball. Now you look at this, Tariq Phillip stuck in the corner. Nobody going over to help him. At that point, he's got to jump up and throw it off an Israeli body. And Ben Shimon will bring the ball up. Cohen comes off the screen by Howe. Shimon now goes pick and roll in the lane. This shit off. Wow, it's too easy again. Way too easy, but they miss a layup. And JR now pushes in transition. This is a little bit better. Richards, he's tried 1-3. Can't get it now. Is that where Ryan Richards is going to be more effective? Is he going to be effective outside or in the post? Shimon crosses over, goes up, off the backboard. Too easy again, but they miss it. Well, Israel killing themselves at the moment. David Cohen with back-to-back misses. Down low to Richards. Richards backs down against Cohen. Spins round, offensive foul. Ryan Richards just tries to use a little too much force, but what a defensive play by Cohen. Oh, Cohen sold the charge. He did a great job of it as well. Well, Richard Howe Jr. just takes a break. Shimon comes off the screen, kicks it out. Cohen tries backdoor, goes all the way. Wow, what a play, but they miss a third layup. Well, Israel, at the moment, just can't finish around the basket. They're making the build-up plays look great, but it's the end product. Robinson baseline jump shot. He drills it right in the face of Cohen. Well, GB finally get 2 points to drop themselves. Comes off a screen, crosses over. Where's the help side? Not there. You can see again, it's another Israeli penetration in the lane. Nicely done. This time it was Bar-Timur. Bar-Timur does so well to elevate, avoid the block. Unlucky not to get the and-one. And he'll go to the free throw line. And now 2 shots. Bar-Timur from Haifa, Israel. Stands at 6'3". Currently playing for Hapoel Jerusalem. He's 2-time Israeli League champion. He missed the first free throw. Gets a second one. Puts Israel up by 4. Olaseni now looking for the handoff with JR. Comes off the screen. JR now in the lane, that's a lot better. Pulls up, Justin Robinson, the MVP of the British Basketball League, just pulls up in the lane. Now, GB starting to play with a bit more insurgency. Now here we go with Ben Shimon. It's another pick and roll with Cohen. Cohen in the lane. Got to kick it out. Kicks it way out. We got a 3. The 3 is up. It's no good. Well, Teddy Okafor picks up the foul. Now, here's a 3-pointer. Teddy's boxing out. Now, what the official is saying is that Teddy's got his left arm wrapped around Rafael Menko. That's where the fouls come from. It's going to be Israel ball in line. I mean, really, it's just 2 players going for the rebound, playing physical. Menko in the lane, kicks out. Well, takes a 3. 3 is up and it's good. Well, Rafael Menko just tucks it away from downtown. Teddy thought about the 3, gives it to Danny Clark. Down low to Olaseni. Well, Olaseni now, he draws the foul on Nimrod Levy. That's Israel's first team foul here in the second quarter. Get it back to JR. Spins around, nowhere to go. And the defense from Israel is so aggressive. Danny Clark tries a 3, doesn't get it. Olaseni almost got it, but now Israel can break. Down the other end, Cohen lays it up. And that's Israel's Showtime fast break basketball. Look how quickly he just got the ball up the court. I mean, that's beautiful basketball to watch. JR comes off the screen. He'll pull up for three. Short, no rebounders. And now Meckel transition, gives it up. You can see it, just take their time. Timur comes up, shake and bake, kicks it out. Meckel, he'll get in the lane. He'll another kick out. Finally another one. We got another three ball. Three is up. Want to get their own rebound. And now they can start it all over again. And watch every time you get a penetration, you get a wide open shot in the lane. Meckel lays it up right in the face of Danny Clark. Well, that's a veteran's move. And Great Britain now down by 9. Got to call timeout. You can see in the lane, uses his right hand, makes the contact, avoids the block. I mean, that's been the difference in the game. It's the penetration and making the defense collapse. Israel now 14 points in the paint against Great Britain 6. I mean, that is a huge stat. Right now, GB really struggling at times, even to get a shot up. Well, neither team has really shot prolifically from the perimeter. Both teams with 7 attempts. Great Britain with only 1, while Israel's made 2. Really, it's the free throws that are making a big difference, but that just comes to attacking the basket aggressively and just getting to the line. But some more. Miguel Meckel and Rafael Manko now just doing a good job in the backcourt for Israel. Really pushing the tempo. Well, Teddy Okafor's back in the game now. Olaseni gets a hand up for JR. Back to Danny Clark. Clark in the lane, steps back, jump shot. Danny Clark, clutch city. Very rare to see a big man make a penetration in the step back, but Great Britain need the points coming from somewhere. There's the answer. Now you can see GB's in a 2-3 zone. If you want to play this against a team like Israel. Meckel crosses over, kicks out to Timur. Timur tries to triple from way out, doesn't get it. Blocked with a rebound. Teddy in the lane, makes a contact, kicks out. Saunders tries a 3, doesn't get it. Olaseni tries to get the rebound, but Nimrod Levi just does well enough to cement a strong rebound. Timur kicks it out to Rafael Manko. Here's a pick and roll with Cohen. In the lane, almost strips him. Well, they steal it in the end. Will Saunders, good hands. That's a bit better, just playing the pick and roll more aggressively. Down low, Will Saunders not seeing it coming, but gets the foul. Just been a pull in the arm. Second team foul now to Israel. Justin Robinson trying to think ahead and just lob it to a wide open Will Saunders. It's on Meckel, it's his first personal foul. Israel just make a change as Hal Jr. comes back in. And Cohen's gonna take a little breather. We get into Clark. Clark almost steps out. Well, GB just very sloppy right now. And again, it's the fact you got no movement off the ball, no screen set. It's a very naive way to sort of try and expect the game to come to you. Got to take a bit more initiative. At the end of the day, you just got to want it a little bit. 8 turnovers now to Great Britain, 5 to Israel. Mecco comes off a screen. Back to Howe Jr. Quick lob. Doesn't get it. Danny Clark with a big rebound. The Clark trying to send it to the referee. Got a bit of a hard knock. Pick and pop with all the Senni. Gives it to Saunders. Saunders down low. Well done there by Justin Robinson. Caught it in the transition in the lane and just went straight up with it. The assist from Will Saunders. Well, that might be the best play of the game for Great Britain. Here you can see Saunders, quick one-handed pass, and immediately as JR caught it, he went straight up. Israel called timeout now. Well, you can see the rebounds. Both teams equal on the rebounds, 15 apiece. Not too much difference, offense and defense. Danny Clark now leading the rebounding for Great Britain so far. Well, for Israel, Gal McKell actually leads them with 3 rebounds. Well, that's an interesting stat that's gone in the favor of the British. That Great Britain now have 11 points coming from the bench. Now you look, the starting lineup has slightly changed since the last game. So maybe just the fact they're trying to get used to the rotations and where they think each player fits best. Oh, Eric Boateng didn't feature in the last game. Ryan Richards, who had a calf injury, is only just coming to this game. Danny Clark, as we mentioned, leading the scoring for Great Britain. He's 4 for 5 from the field with 8 points. Had a few good looks from the perimeter, but unable to make them count at the moment. Justin Robinson again, what an influence he's been for this team. Well, just under 4 minutes to go here in the first half, as Israel lead this one by 5. Tamir Blatt's back in the game. It was pick and roll with Howe Jr. They kick it out. Blatt had the 3, didn't take it. Wide open. Well, Boateng blocks him, but Howe Jr. just tips it back in. Well, finally you see help side defense, but now you need help the helper. And that was JR's job. Clark gives it up to Gareth Murray, who's also just checked back into the game for GB. Robinson throws it down low to Danny Clark. Got it by Levi. Clark, 4 on the shot clock, bumps, puts up the jump hook. Danny Clark can't get it. Flat transition, loses the ball. Gareth Murray comes up with it. Just gets away with a bit of a carry. Down low to Eric Boateng, and they call an offensive foul on Eric Boateng. Well, we'll have to see the replay of that one. I mean, from this angle, it looked like Boateng was being held onto, but here you can see Gareth Murray just pulls it out, down low. I'm not 100% sure on that angle. I'd have to see it from a different one, but nonetheless, Eric Boateng picks up his 2nd personal foul. Black comes off the screen, kicks in the corner. Panini in the lane, gives it to Howe. Howe with a jump hook, doesn't get it. Boateng with a rebound, and now Teddy can break. Danny Clark, corner, Murray, 3, puts it up, it's good! Gareth Murray, triple from the corner, and just has a few words for Guy Panini as he walks by him. Well, Guy Panini, one of the best spot-up shooters in the game. Now Gareth Murray, great opportunity for him to go up against him. Meckel comes up a screen. Meckel again against Danny Clark, and Meckel does the same result. Whoa, the point guard just makes a little bit of contact, but it's enough to go up and finish. Strong move. Clark draws another foul on Nimrod Levy. Now, you can see Levy's causing all sorts of problems on defense as he gets right in the face. Now, he knows that Danny Clark is a good 3-point shooter, so he's not going to give him any time or space, but he's picked up his 2nd personal foul. Sideline ball now to Great Britain. Rafomenko checks back into the game. Gareth Murray thought about the 3. JR comes off the screen, kicks out. Murray tries another one to top, but oh my Lord! Gareth Murray right in the face of Rafael Menko. Now from that angle, it looked like Menko got a piece on it. But the Murray man picks up his second triple. Well, do they have an answer for Menko? Menko kicks out, turns it over. Now, Justin Robinson has to pull it out, takes it in. JR finishes around the basket, and Israel have got to call timeout because Great Britain have gone on an 8-0 run. And it's a 1-point deficit, and all of a sudden this place comes to life. Well, here's the turnover. JR with a steal in transition, almost lost his dribble, but too strong, too explosive for the young Tamir Blatt. And now, game just all of a sudden coming back into life. Great Britain now 3 for 10 from the perimeter. 2 of those recently just coming back-to-back from Gareth Murray. Well, Israel only hitting 2 threes so far. Well, he'll be pleased with their response so far. Both these teams equal on the fast break points, 7 apiece. You got to think, having Justin Robinson in the lineup, all of a sudden you got a team that can push the tempo, play a little bit up and down. Now 6 steals, that's a very impressive stat right there. 6 steals so far here in the first half of Great Britain. You got 1:28 to go here in the first half. Mikel, 8 points so far, been the best player on the court so far. Really has just set a tempo for Israel himself, but he's going to take a break now for the last 1:20. Guy Panini. And an offensive foul. Well, we'll have to see a replay on that one. I'm not too sure. Well, here's the screen for Cohen. I don't see too much wrong with that, to be honest, but you got to respect the official's call. To me, it looked more like Boateng was holding on to Cohen, but nonetheless, you got to respect what the official goes with. Okafor gives it up to JR. Now, Guy Panini, now you can see what he's doing. He's not letting Danny Clark get the ball whatsoever. JR back to Clark, blocking the lane, fades away, doesn't get it. Well, good build-up play there. And the fast break, Panini, well, had the right idea, but Rafael Menko just couldn't catch it. What a pass that was from Guy Panini. Immediately just spotted him on the break through the long one. Both these teams 14 fouls each, 1 away from the penalty. Boateng now goes hand up with JR. Comes off the screen. Down to Danny Clark. Now here's a good matchup. Panini, good post defender, gets Danny Clark, spins around. I'm not sure what he's called. If he's called, looks like he's called a foul on Guy Panini. And this is good defense. He's got his hands high, but there you can see just a hand on his back. That's where I think the fouls come from. So Danny Clark now will go to the free throw line for 2 shots. And Teddy Okafor is just going to go to the bench, take a breather. He's played some good minutes so far. We're going to need him in the second half. And Kieran Achara, the local boy, who played for Great Britain in the 2012 Olympics, has also just checked into the game. The clock makes the first, ties this game up. Relatively low-scoring game for these two teams, but a bit nervy as Great Britain really need to win it. The Estonians looking on, will not be feeling too confident by the look of the score, because remember, they need Great Britain to win by 22, 23 points in order to send Israel out, but it doesn't look like it's going to go like that right now. Well, Yeboah, who did not feature in the first game in this window has just checked into the game for the last 28 seconds. Jamal all the way. What a layup by Ben Jamal. Avoids the block, makes the contact. Well, we got 23.9 left. GB with the ball. They're going to try and go for the last shot. Look at this for a layup. Again, contact, raises high, avoids the block. Israel dominate points in the paint, 20-10. I mean, that's a huge stat itself. Each team holding some advantage in one of the categories or the other. And both teams 12 for 38, 12 for 30, and 12 for 28 within the rainbow. One total for field goals. And almost similar in all categories, really. It's just the free throws that may be going in the favor of the Israelis, but GB just going on a bit of a run. Again, it's led by Justin Robinson and by Danny Clark. They just need other players to step in and step up. And Israel, the good thing about Israel is they've got such a good rotation and depth in the bench they can go to. They've got Ben Jamal, they've got Gal McCall and Tamir Blatt. All can make a difference in the backcourt. That's for their big players. But, you know, when you got a player like Jay Cohen, who's so mobile, and can take on players off the dribble like Guy Panini, you always give yourself a good chance in the long run of the game. And Terry Phillip back in for the last 23 seconds. Phillip in the lane, goes up. Terry Phillip, strong move, just attacks the basket, and he has a few words for Gal McCall. Well, now McCall, 6 seconds. What can he get going? In the lane, Gal McCall. It's too beautiful. Gal McCall, every time goes to his right. Unstoppable. Well, he got beat off the dribble by Tariq Phillip, and here you can see on his right again over Kieran Archara. He's 6'11". Well, it's halftime. Israel lead this one 34-33. Well, remember, ladies and gentlemen, Great Britain need to win this game just to go through to the next round of the qualifiers. Israel can afford to lose it, but if Israel lose by 23 points, they'll be out, and Estonia will go through along with Greece if GB wins that. Well, you can see both teams very similar in all categories. Israel 11 for 21, while Great Britain 10 for 21. 2 for 8 from the perimeter, while GB are 3 for 11. Great Britain being out-rebounded now 18 to 16, but the assists, again, very similar, but one stat really going in the favor of the British is 6 steals to 1. Both teams, 9 turnovers apiece, 1 block each. There isn't too much to settle this team. The big difference is the backcourt play coming from Gal McCall and, of course, Ben Jamal and Tamir Blatt. GB being inspired by Justin Robinson and Danny Clark. Well, ladies and gentlemen, go get a drink, go get something to eat, but don't go anywhere too long, because we'll be back in 14 minutes for the second half of this FIBA World Cup qualifier. The last game of this round for these two teams. Who's going to go through? We'll find out.
So, ladies and gentlemen, as you all know, from the passing of the British and Scottish basketball legend, talking to this opening in March 2017, the British Basketball Federation decided to recognise the huge contribution to basketball over many decades by establishing and awarding his name. The Phil Finney's Royal Player Trophy will be awarded annually to someone who, in addition to making a material impact on the sport of basketball, reflects the values and principles that we all know that Bill adopted throughout his basketball career. And the first recipient of the award, Gareth, we are very pleased to announce is Ian Gordon. Ian Gordon, come on out here. Now, because you know, you should know, is basketball singing with a significant number of achievements. He was a G League and Scotland player, extraordinarily successful, Maui international medals, the Scottish national team coach for 4 decades. We could go on and on and on. He was a coach mentor, a FIBA referee, and a former director of Basketball Scotland. So it is with great delight that we present the Bill Finney's Royal Merit Trophy to Ian. Give Ian a big round of applause, please, ladies and gentlemen. And Andrew, we have something very special for you as well that I will present to you. And you know what? I know you don't know what the word is, but I want to find something for you as well. Where's my partner? You from the ball? Here you go, Milo, as well. Congratulations, you did a great job holding that there as well. So
Well, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, here to the second half of this Group A fixture between our host, Great Britain, and the visitors, Israel. Well, it's a must-win for Great Britain. They must win this game to have any chance of going through to the next round. Well, Israel can actually afford to lose a game. However, if they lose by more than 22 points, they will find themselves going out of this group, as Estonia lost today to Greece at home. Well, Great Britain a few days ago here in the Emirates Arena in Glasgow just gave themselves a fighting chance as they beat Estonia by 9 points. They hadn't won a game here in the qualifiers. Now, in fairness to them, although they hadn't won a game, all the games they played had been very, very close. They lost to Israel, which was their biggest loss, by 6 points. Lost to Greece twice by 2 and 3. And they had also lost to Estonia by 3 prior to this. Well, the Israelis being inspired by Gal Mekel, who's just controlling the tempo, getting in and out around the lane. Guy Panini not quite yet off the mark from the perimeter. And it could be a nightmare for the Great Britain defense if he starts hitting three-pointers. Israel, a lot of missed layups in this second quarter. And the build-up to a lot of their plays has been absolutely fantastic. Penetration, pick and roll on the ball, which has caused Great Britain a lot of mix-ups and confusions. They really have been the architects of their own sort of downfall, but nonetheless, they lead this one by 1 point going into the second half. Gal Mekel got scored on by Tariq Phillip, and then got the ball immediately down the other end, just took Phillip in the lane. Got a switch up on Kieran Ochara. Just went over the big man. Danny Clark, leading all scorers for Great Britain with 8 points, has been their best player through and through the World Cup qualifiers. He's led GB, carried them on their back a few occasions. And Israel, Tamir Blatt will inbound the ball to get the first off into the second half going. Gareth Murray, 2 for 3 from the perimeter. What a time it is for Gareth Murray to be going up against Guy Panini. 2 players, similar positions, while Mekel now going off one screen in the lane, kicking out to Howell. Blatt off the screen, back to Howell. Howell goes in the lane, gets fouled. The foul's on Olaseni. And Richard Howell's going to go to the free throw line for 2 shots. Well, nice little bounce pass there off the screen from young Tamir Blatt. We talked about Richard Howell and his presence for this Israel team. He's not the foundation big man, necessarily very athletic, stands at only 6'8". You know, set screens, get rebounds, just works so hard in the low block. So he makes a second free throw and puts him up by 2 points. Had a season in 2015-16 with the Irani Naharia. Danny Clark now on the lane, guarded by Cohen. He's going to back down. Oh, just gets reached in. Well, Tamir Blatt diving on the floor, and you got to love the effort. 3 on the shot clock. Solowati puts it up, doesn't get it. And now the Israelis can break. Poor offense from Great Britain. Mekel gives it up to Guy Panini. Handoff with Tamir Blatt. Well, here's a switch they didn't want. Roll throws it away. And now Great Britain can break. Danny Clark down the middle. Gives it up. Teddy through his legs. Puts up the jump hook. Puts it in. Teddy Okafor. He ties this game up. Well, he went down the middle and put up a baby jump hook. Mekel now gives it up to Howell, looking for the handoff with Guy Panini. You can see Gareth Murray now not giving Guy Panini any time on the move. Guy Mekel goes in. Well, came off Teddy Okafor. That might be the first time that Mekel didn't score over a big fella. Went on his left side. She prefers going towards his right. Tamir Blatt inbounds the ball. Way too easy. Cohen, free lunch. Nobody contested him. And again, we've seen this a few times with the Great Britain defense. Teddy now gives it up to Soloade. Gets a screen from Clark. He looked for the pick and pop, but he didn't go quick enough. Teddy gets Howell off the floor, draws the foul, goes in. Well, the foul was on the ground. It was on Richard Howell. First team foul now for Israel. Richard Howell picks up his second personal foul. 2-point lead to Israel. Teddy backs down against Tammy Black, kicks out. Soloade tries the three is up, no good. Olaseni tips it right to Mekel on the break. Behind his back through, and what a layup. Well, Gal Mekel just wrapped it around his waist. You can see it transition. Gareth Murray, no chance, reverse layup. And that is beautiful fast break basketball. Soloade comes off the screen, gives it to Clark, looks for a handoff. Get to the Murray. Murray almost gets away with the travel. Now, Clark guarded by, fades away. Danny Clark can't get the shot. It was a good look. Handoff with Tamir Blatt. Blatt now got Danny Clark on him. Lob to Cohen. Well, gets stripped. Good job by Teddy Okafor. Now, it looks like they've caught a technical foul. Now, I think what happened is, here's a lob pass. Now, what Blatt's trying to argue is, he's got a case there, he's come across him. I think what he's done, he's just had a word with the referee, and the official has just teed him up. Well, Danny Clark makes the free throw. Well, the technical, it's only one free throw and possession, unlike an unsportsmanlike foul where you get two in possession. Okafor now gives it to Soloade. Teddy goes pick and roll, loses the dribble, and he turns it over. Good defense by Mekel. Tammy Blatt now behind the back, pulls up for the three. It's way off. Well, Gareth Murray not looking. But first of all, Olaseni not even outlet to a point guard. Sloppy play. Handoff, Panini. No time and space for the three. Howell gets fouled. Soloade. You can see the big mismatch. Well, there was a confusion. You got Olaseni guarding Mekel on the perimeter. At some point, you got to sort the switches up. Soloade picks up his third personal foul. If you look at the end of the bench, Andrew Sullivan, former 2012 GB Olympic player. Well, Howe misses the free throw, and here's where Israel just killed themselves. Had a lot of opportunities in the first half with a lot of wide open looks under the basket. They missed a few layups. I think if they just take those opportunities along with their free throws, they'll be up by a lot of points, but yeah, he missed the second one, but it was a lane violation. 3-point lead to Israel now, 39-36. Just under 7 minutes to go here in the third quarter. Teddy gives it to Danny Clark. Danny Clark guarded by Cohen. Going back down. He's got Howe on the help side. Clark goes all the way. Too strong, missed it. Howe with a big rebound. And now Israel can break. They got numbers. Howe, transition. Gives it off to Cohen. Cohen lays it up. Another missed layup. Well, Teddy almost gets away with the travel. Kicks it out. Clark thought about the three. Soloade, it's a long two. It's another miss. Boateng with the offensive board. He'll kick it out. And now GB gonna have to start it all over again. Pick and roll. Okafor gets stripped. Good defense from Israel. 24-second violation. Well, GB again failed to attempt a good shot on. That's just down to good team defense from the Israelis. And Tariq Phillip comes in for Solowade. He made a good impact in the first half, and they're going to need something from him now. They're going to come out with a victory tonight. Mikal comes in, he kicks it out. Throws it in. Danny Clark just gets called for a holding foul. Sorry, Phillip all over Mikal. In the lane, bumps, tries a fadeaway, puts it up. Oh, again, he goes to his right. There's only one end product. He's going to score. 5-point lead to Israel. Throw it away again. Now you look at this, you just got too many bodies there standing still. Nobody really attempted to get open. And again, we talked about that. You got to go for it. You can't let the game come to you. Phillip comes off a screen, goes in, makes a contact, doesn't get the and one. Well, that's a bit better now. Now they got a few more penetrations going in the lane. Here you can see, takes it in, makes the contact with Howell. Just hangs in the air. Unlucky not to get the and one. And Tariq Phillip is going to go to the free throw line now for 2 shots. Israel just making changes. Nimrod Levy comes back into the game. As Howell goes to the bench, takes a little break. Phillip misses the first free throw. This level, you got to make free throws. You never want to look back on a game and realize the outcome could have been different had you made all your free throw shots. The boy from Brooklyn makes the second one. It's now a 4-point deficit. Phillip now goes up to 3 points from the free throw line. Well, Blatt, time and space all the way. Where's the help step? And another missed layup. Now, if you think about the execution of these plays, Israel do well. Gareth Murray, 3 in transition, doesn't get it. He's made 2 of those tonight. He can't capitalize with a third 3-pointer. Again, here comes Mikal off the screen, pulls up, long jump shot, 19 feet, doesn't get it. Gives it up to Teddy, ball in the corner. Murray down the middle, kicks it out. Spins to the middle, to Danny Clark, 10-foot jump shot off the backboard, doesn't get it now. Looks like there's a foul off the ball, and it's on Cohen again. To look at it, here's the kick out to Danny Clark and the quick shot. Well, there's a little bit of a shove and a push from Cohen, so it's a good call from the official. It's the 4th team foul for Israel, 3rd personal for Cohen. Well, young Tammy Blatt just goes to the bench and takes a break. Coming into the game for Israel's number 44, Ben Avi Albert Altit. Well, Ryan Richards straight into the game, takes a 3 now. There's another foul on the ground. And this time, Tariq Phillip's going to go to the free throw line for 2 shots. Now, you got to think if you're Ryan Richards, just got in the game, and you're going to be more effective. You're going to be more effective on the perimeter or in the low block. Phillip's going to go to the stripe for 2 shots. Timur picks up his first personal. And he makes the first free throw. Cuts it down to a 3-point deficit. As we mentioned, Tariq Phillip just coming out of West Virginia. Had a season in Hungary, and now he moved over to Spain. Just starting to pick himself up now for Great Britain in the last qualifiers. He missed the second free throw. 3-point deficit. Great Britain just going to a 2-3 zone. Down low, goes baseline, kicks it out. Panini first three-point attempt, and he punishes them. Guy Panini tucks away the triple from the corner. Gareth Maui throws it down low to Ryan Richards. Richards gonna back down. Fades away. Ryan Richards, well, finally they get the big fella to go to work in the low block. And that's a better move, better position for the big man. Now GB stay in that 2-3 zone. Now you think with Guy Panini's made 1-3, opening the corner, and the penetration and the pull-up from Nimrod Levy. Well, you've got to play defense a little more aggressively than that. What a play by Nimrod Levy. That's his first 2 points of the game. What comes off the foot of Timur. GB will get the ball sideline. Kieran Ochara just checks into the game. Now Richards on the ball, tries to go baseline. He's gonna back down again. Ryan Richards makes the move. Wait, missed a layup. But can't finish. Ryan Richards, time and space, even had his defender on the floor. It's Gareth Murray. Quickly fouls Guy Panini in transition. This game just getting a little heated right now. GB desperate to pick up the victory. Israel just take out Guy Panini. And bring in Rafimenko. Menko inbounds the ball, they get the handoff with Timur. Ball pulls up for the three, in and out, doesn't get it. Big rebound by Richards, and now they can break. It goes back door, Phillip kicks out. Murray takes the three, doesn't get it. Well, they get the rebound. Ryan Richards, smart decision to pull it out. Down low. Richards spins. There's a foul on the ground, and it's on Altid. So Ryan Richards causing all sorts of problems for the Israeli post defenders. Now he's going to go to the free throw line for 2 shots. It's Altid's first personal foul, and you can see it's a bit of a mismatch that he got. But Richards missed the first free throw. Again, you don't want to miss free throws at this level. Missed them both. Oh, that is poor. Avi Ben Shamor comes off a screen. Down low. Altid too easy. Well, got it off the pick and roll. It just went up for the reverse layup. Israel lead this one by 8. Justin Robinson gives it to Murray. Down low to Ryan Richards. You can see they got the help side with Levy. Someone's open. Down low to Achara. Tariq Phillip in the lane. Makes the contact. Missed the layup. No rebounders. 4 blue shirts in the lane. And now Avi Ben Shamor can just push it. Comes off a screen. Love pass. Good catch. Wait, turn it over. Wow, unsportsmanlike foul. So now Tariq Phillip, he'll go to the free throw line for 2 shots and possession. That is tough, as you can see. That's actually a very good call. Look at first that he had his hands up, and possibly was just trying to move his feet, but you can see just slightly nudging him towards the out of bounds. So now Tariq Phillip will get his 2 shots, and Great Britain will get the ball back now. You can see the third quarter He's been a little bit anxious. You can see a little, the Great Britain players playing with a little too much force and naivety, of course, but just get to the free throw line, give themselves a little chance to get back into it as he makes it 2 for 2. Sideline ball now. Tariq Phillip goes up to 11 points. He's 6 for 8 from the field, 75%. Richards now gives up to Justin Robinson. Robinson off to Phillip. Comes a screen on the ball. Wow, Richards moved back and Phillip almost went into him. Pick and pop. Richards tries another 3, gets the 3-pointer, and finally the big man goes pick and pop and just nails the triple. Minute 20 to go here, third quarter. Israel by 3. Ben Shamal gives up to Altet. Back to Ben Shamal. Gets him in the air, kicks in the corner. Levy for 3, doesn't get it. He hits the top of the backboard, but they continue to play. Now Tariq Phillip can push. JR now on the ball, gives it to Will Saunders. Saunders gives it to the big man in the low block. Ryan spins, fades away, short, no rebounders now. Oh, they turn it over almost. Well, Kieran Achara, slow to react, but Israel just do enough just to get it over to avoid an 8-second violation, but screen on the ball, 6 seconds in, goes in the lane, lays it up. Well, it's too easy. They just attack the basket more aggressively, and that's what they get. They get the end product. That's a tough, tough move by Batsir Moore. Just comes up a screen, drives with his left, inside layup off the backboard. Kieran Achara, no chance to block it. Well, Great Britain now have 20 seconds to try and get the last shot here in the third quarter. They brought Solowade back into the game. Israel's won this quarter 16-12. It's been quite low scoring, but so far they've got the job done. JR now on the ball. He's going to run it down. He's going to go pick and roll now with Ryan Richards. JR, aggressive take, puts it up, doesn't get it. Well, you've only got one Great Britain player going for an offensive rebound, but that's the score at the end of the third quarter. Israel lead this one 50-45. GB have one more quarter left to fight for their existence here in the World Cup qualifiers. Not a lot in it. They're being led right now in scoring by Danny Clark and Tariq Phillip. While Israel down Meckel, their top scorer. Welcome back. You can see so far these two teams quite similar in a lot of stats, of course. I mean, Israel shooting better from within the rainbow as a 17 for 32, but Great Britain with just one more three-pointer. Really, Israel just making a better job of getting to the basket. Meckel, excuse me, leading the scoring for Israel. He's 6 for 10 from the field. He's with 4 rebounds and 3 assists. Now they're going with a very similar lineup they had in the second quarter with Danny Clark and Ryan Richards. Will Saunders will also start the fourth quarter. So Solowade and Justin Robinson will make up the backcourt. That's interesting, as Tariq Phillip was just Finishing a strong section of play in the third quarter. Solowade down low to Ryan Richards, guarded by Cohen. Fakes, jump shot. Again, they're going for jump shot. There's no rebounders in the low block. And Danny Clark and Ryan Richards playing similar positions in the lane. Drives, draws a foul. And the foul's on Justin Robertson. It's on the ground, team foul. So they'll get the ball sideline. Justin Robinson picks up a second personal. Great Britain go back into that 2-3 zone. Or pulls up for a deep three. The three is up. Doesn't get it, but another offensive rebound by Meko. Meko in the lane. Can anybody stop Gal Meko? No. 16 points. And the same thing. Right hand just gets up and high enough to avoid the block. 7 for 11 from the field. Danny Clark gets a hand over JR. Back to Clark. Clark, can he get a three? Yes, sir! Danny Clark cuts it down to a 4-point deficit and gets his first triple of the game. He moves up to 14 points. In the corner, Levy takes it down the middle. Dish it off. Cohen puts up a hook, doesn't get it. Richards with a rebound. Danny Clark now backs down against Nimrod Levy. Backs and bumps. Comes over to double team. Well, they call the foul, and the foul is on Gal Meko. They came over for the double team. You can just see here. Comes from behind, and it's just that swipe right there. And he's got to go over and double team because Levy can't really handle Danny Clark. And here's the change they've made now. Guy Panini, a very experienced player and post defender. They're going to try and put him on Danny Clark. Robinson picks up his dribble, gives it to Will Saunders down low. Richards goes up for the jump hook, doesn't get it now. Ryan Richards frustrated, but he's got to get back on defense. Cohen all the way. Well, GB, same story, just don't get back. Israel punish him. There you can see, where are the white shirts? Only 2 GB players managed to get back on defense. Danny Clark gives up to Solowade. Gives up to JR, back to Danny Clark. Clark backs down. Solowade comes off of Timur. So GB will get the ball sideline. The Israelis are trying to argue that it came off of Solowade. Well, there's 5 seconds on the shot clock. And there's Danny Clark in the lane. It's really hard to see from that angle. Teddy Okafor comes back in. Clark comes up, gets hit, but no foul called. And the official's trying to say he got the ball. Well, Israel lead this one by 6 with 7.5 to go in the fourth quarter. Meko pick and pop with Guy Panini. Thought about the 3, but dished it off to Meko. Panini takes it in, gets a pick and roll with Cohen, and he's fouled on the ground by Danny Clark. Panini in the lane, Meko kicks it out. Meko 3 in the corner, doesn't get it. Teddy with a rebound. It was a good look, penetration and kick by Meko, but Meko unable to finish the product. Solowade gets a screen from Olaseni. In the lane, nowhere to go. Puts up a wild one. And again, GB just failed to get an offense going, failed to get a good shot. Now Meko, nobody stops him. 3 in the corner, don't get it. You can see the frustrations from the Israeli coaching staff there because you know, just when they have a chance to really run away with it, they force a shot in transition. Teddy, pick and roll. Olaseni goes up. There you go, a bit of pick and roll, and that's a bit better. Well, finally, GB able to set a pick and roll and get a big man going to the basket. Olaseni, that's what he killed Estonia with a few days ago. Panini handoff, can't give him any space, takes the three. We'll get off that time. And now Great Britain can push down by 4. 6 minutes to go here in the fourth quarter. Solowade, and he goes screen with Olaseni. Back to Olaseni, comes off the foot. It comes off Amenko's foot, so a fresh 14 and GB ball sideline. Well, here's an interesting change as Hal's going to come back into the game, and I think what Israel spotted is Olaseni's making a difference around the paint, so they need someone to protect the backcourt. Danny Clark had the three. Olaseni. Teddy turns it over, poor pass, transition. Hal just keeps it alive. Comes off the screen. Dish it off, Hal makes the contact, and one. Richard Hal. Well, he did the first job, which was stop McCall. And then Hal goes up and makes the and one, draws a foul on Olaseni. Great Britain got to call timeout. Well, Great Britain really aren't playing with the same insurgency that they had towards the end against Estonia. You can see there's passages of plays that look good and look smooth, but other times it almost seems like they're quite not sure what to do on offense. You know, they got 9 steals. I mean, that's a very impressive stat to have. 9-4. Well, the fast break points, again, not too many stats separate these two. As Israel have 13 fast break points, or Great Britain have 10, but really it's all about decision making. And again, it says 24 points coming from the bench. Israel's 12, but you see there's a lot of chip and changes since the win they had against Israel, but there's the biggest difference in the game as Israel have dominated points in the paint, 38-16. And this is a big, big deficit. Gareth Murray's hit 2 3-pointers tonight and really needs to get some good looks on the perimeter if they need him down the stretch of the game. Well, Hal's going to go to the free throw line now to make it a 3-point play. His free throw struggles still continue. He's missed his last 4 free throws. Teddy on the ball, gives up to JR. Back to Teddy. Teddy in the lane, draws a foul. Well, the foul is on the ground. So the and one would not have counted. This is a bit better now. Just a drive and attacking the basket. A bit more physicality. Well, Meckel gets called for a defensive foul on Teddy. JR gets away with a walk. Comes off the screen. Oh, they turn the ball over again. Now, Olaseni sets the screen and doesn't move. You set the screen, you got to go right to the basket. Give him an option to dribble for. It's another turnover to Great Britain. And now Israel can just start to push ahead. Well, Tammy Blatt's back into the game. Down low now, Clark guarding Cohen. Cohen just gives him a few bumps in the low block. Spins around, tough move, doesn't get it. And now Teddy can break. And there's a push and a shove. And it looks like it's on Tammy Blatt. He just gives Gave Olaseni a hard knock. Because he's trying to go for the handoff here with JR. Well, there's the push. Just kind of runs right into him. Robinson now down to go. Olaseni goes up. Doesn't get the and one. They go to the free throw line now. That's a lot better from Great Britain. You can see every time Great Britain go pick and roll and Olaseni makes movement towards the basket, gives them a target. And the foul's on Guy Panini. Well, Olaseni makes the free throw. Now remember, in the last game against Estonia, he had 23 points, dominated the boards. And him and Danny Clark were a real fill factor. What gave him the victory that night. He's been in and out of the rotation this evening, but cuts it down to a 4-point deficit. He's got 6 points so far here tonight. Mecca goes handoff with Tamir Blatt. Off the screen. Well, Danny Clark almost comes up. Cohen gets blocked. Well, it's a foul. It's a good call from the officials. He had two players going towards him. Cohen, now it's a beautiful pick and roll play. Again, what Great Britain don't have is the helper. You can see Danny Clark is guarding the screener. So he's got a situation where he's got to play cat and mouse with Tamir Blatt and Cohen. In a situation where he's got to overcommit. They need a second helper to come down. Just haven't quite figured out that rotation. Cohen makes the first free throw. He's been effective so far tonight. He's done a job in the low block. Had a few good looks in and around the bucket. And he makes the second one, and he gives Israel a 6-point lead. And now moves up to 14 points. JR kicks it out. Back to Clark. Clark thought about the three. Makes the contact, puts it up, and Teddy Okafor doesn't get the and one. It's the 15th foul. So now Great Britain will be going to the free throw line. Now this is tough. Goes in. I think the foul is on Cohen. Cohen for the reach-in, yep. So now Teddy goes to the free throw line. Chip into the 6-point deficit. Teddy makes the first free throw. Had two very good games in the first qualifiers against Greece and Estonia. Been in and out of the system, but that's been a very consistent performer. Misses the second free throw. Now Israel, another chance now to push ahead. Tamir Blatt comes off a screen from Howe. Down low, kicks it back out. Comes off a screen. Down low, good pass by Blatt. Howe goes up, too strong. Well, good defense by Danny Clark. And now Britain can break. JR, transition. Well, keep it alive. Well, Murray almost gets away with the travel. Both teams. Well, Clark tries the three. It's up. Danny Clark from downtown. That is a big three. Well, Mr. Reliable. He's hit two big three-pointers tonight. That's another one. I mean, that's from no man's land. That's from the desert. Well, they cut it down to a 2-point deficit. Israel have to call timeout. And the Estonians will be watching this game closely. Because remember, when Israel win, will mean that GB will not go through, and that Estonia will go through. However, a GB win will mean that Estonia will be out. Now, unlikely, though, if Great Britain wins this game by more than 23, then Israel will be out. But looks at things with 3:32, that's not going to be the case. And the rebounds so similar. Israel just leading the rebounds 35-34. Well, they'll scratch, they'll claw, they'll try and get their way back into the game. They've had a lot of chip and changes to their squad, changing coaches after the first window. But a big win against Estonia just a few days ago just gave them a fighting chance. And that man, at times, he's carried them on their back. There's 17 points tonight, Danny Clark. Meckel will bring the ball up, guarded by Teddy Okafor. Panini decides to attack, handoff. Tamir Blatt gets a screen. Panini, whoa, gets away with a push. Guy Panini, big three, doesn't get it. Well, got away with an offensive foul, but had a chance with a wide open three. Teddy down low to Danny Clark. Cross court, JR can take the lead. Well, short air ball. Might have got a touch to it from the defense, but now Israel under 3 minutes. Just build on the 2-point lead. Meckel goes to his right. Here's where he's been effective. Puts it up. Well, they forget to box out. You took care of one threat. You forgot about the other one. Well, here's the miss from Meckel, but nobody came over. And again, it's a help to helper. Al goes up to 10 points now. Clark decides to take him on. Danny Clark. Oh, my Lord! Danny Clark! Hal came in for the reach. Gambled right there. Danny Clark in your face. What a dunk by Danny Clark. Just rips down the entire city of Glasgow. Well, still a 2-point deficit. Danny Clark now 7 for 16 from the field, 19 points. 2:20 to go here, fourth quarter. GB fighting for their existence here in the World Cup qualifiers. Israel, as it stands, win or lose, will be going through. Estonia watching closely. Meckel pulls up, 15. Well, they try to tip it and they miss. And now GB can tie it with a 2, take the lead with a 3. Well, Danny Clark pulls up. Well, wasn't the best shot. And just after, slowly pulling a comeback. And now Israel under 2 minutes now, lead this by 2. Tamir Blatt comes up and sets a screen, gets another one from Howe in the lane, kicks out. Under 10 on the shot clock. Takes in the lane, kicks out again, puts it up, they miss it. Well, rebound by Teddy. Teddy behind the back. Spins out, puts it up, doesn't get it. And again, GB, just no experience, forced their way. And that's a foul. That's going to send Israel to the free throw line. And again, it's about this stage, a minute 20, you're down by 2. You gotta play with intelligence. 2 situations, 2 offenses where Great Britain could have tied the game up. And they forced 2 shots. And the bench looks on nervously now. Well, these are big free throws. Gal Meckel's been the best player for Israel tonight. Makes the first one. And the Israeli fans just cheer on. Makes the second. Well, it's a 4-point lead to Israel. Great Britain have got to call timeout. We've got a minute 20 to fight for their existence. Well, if you think throughout the game, Israel had more or less been in control of this. GB have had spots where they've just come back into it, but there's the decision-making down the stretch of the game. Danny Clark, 3 rebounds away from a double-double, while Teddy's leading the assists with 5. And also has 3 steals. And Solowadi, the only one with 4 personal fouls. By Olaseni and Okafor, they have 3 each. And Ryan Richards with 2, but he's not on the court at the moment. Off of Israel, Gal Meckel leading them with 18 points. Richard Howe now with 9 rebounds, and Tamir Blatt with 4 assists. And Israel with the lead in the penalty, of course. All they have to do once they get the ball is slow it down, get fouled. No need to really take any more shots at this point. Well, it's GB ball left with a minute 20 to go here in the fourth quarter. They're down by 4. Now, if you're Great Britain, what options you go for? At this point, you want to go for an easy basket. Ideally, you want to get the ball in the hands of Justin Robinson. He'll pick and roll with Danny Clark. They get it into JR. JR goes baseline, draws a foul. That's smart. He draws a foul on Howard Jr. now. Justin Robinson's going to go to the free throw line for 2 shots. And now this is really smart play. You can see Howard's got hands all over him. Just knocks him over slightly. It's enough to draw the foul. Howell picks up his 4th personal foul. If this game does go to overtime, that's a smart move because they'll probably need him down the stretch. These are big free throws. Well, he misses it. The pressure just gets to him. And he does not look impressed. We talked about free throws, how important it is. Makes the second one. 3-point deficit. Now, if you're Great Britain, you don't want to foul. Force him into a bad shot. More importantly, anything goes up, block out. Well, Teddy almost gets a hand to it. Again, talk about not wanting to foul. I mean, any reach, just give the official a chance here. And it's a close one now. It doesn't look like Teddy Okafor has actually made contact with the ball, but 16 on the shot clock. Mikal comes off one screen, comes off another. Now they got to switch. Cohen, he's got Teddy Okafor all over him. Mikal, big shot. Oh, baby! Gal Mikal just breaks the heart of the Great Britain defense. What a shot! The 3-pointer puts Israel up by 6. Well, they set the screen with Cohen. He's got Danny Clark all over him. 1 dribble, 2, it's up, it's good. What a shot by Gal Mikal. Well, it was Israel called timeout. Well, again, he'll feel very confident. And the Estonians watching the game back home, they'll be feeling very confident now. And again, points in the paint, that has been the difference tonight. Israel, 40-18 inside the paint. Well, you see neither team really has shot prolifically from the perimeter. I mean, Israel's only been 3 for 14, but again, Great Britain have got to look back and reflect on themselves. We're under a minute to go now. They're down by 6. What do you do if you're Great Britain? Do you go for a quick 2? Or do you go for a 3? You got to read what the defense gives, and you got to go for whatever's best. Went to Danny Clark. They force a 3 up. The 3 is up. It's no good. Guy Panini with the rebound. Well, 46 seconds left. Gal Mikal on the ball. Backs down against Justin Robinson. Crosses over. Justin Robinson, good defense on Mikal. Kicks it out. Big 3. 3's up. Oh, baby! Hits the big triple. Mikal just breaks the heart of Great Britain. Teddy kicks it out. JR in the lane. Out to Danny Clark. He tries a 3. Doesn't get it. Well, ladies and gentlemen, that will be the story of tonight. Israel came here. They led from the beginning. Great Britain simply just couldn't keep up. Big 3-pointers at the end by Gal Mikal. And that is as it stands. Israel, along with Estonia and Greece, will be going through to the next round of the FIBA World Cup qualifiers. Great Britain's win against Estonia just let them live another day. But for now, they're out of the competition. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we thank you for joining us over this group. What standard of play it's been. Great Britain really have given it everything. But they will finish bottom of the group with 1 win and 4 losses. They'll feel very, very hard done on themselves, as they did so well to get the victory, but credit to Israel. picking up 3 wins here in the group, finishing second behind Greece. Really, it was all about points in the paint. Israel outscoring Great Britain 40-18. And almost just leading every category except for steals, assists, rebounds. Well, it's a very sad way for Great Britain to sort of end their campaign for the FIBA World Cup qualifiers, but that is as it will end, my friends. Great Britain will not be making an appearance in the 2019 World Cup or in the next round. We'll be looking forward to the next Eurobasket. Meckel simply led all scorers with 20 tonight. Teddy Okafor with 6 turnovers. He did have 3 steals, but just wasn't enough to get them back in the game. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we thank you for joining us. More basketball to come here in the next coming hours. In the final window of the first round of the FIBA World Cup qualifiers. Do follow us for more, as it's brought to you here by FIBA. We'll see you for next games.